Okay, so I'm at the Pyxis machine. I'm looking for my patient Manny Sickens, cross-referencing it with his date of birth, 12/15XX. I also see that he has an allergy for penicillin, and I see that we're not going to be giving him any of that during the 9 o'clock med give out. So the first medication is a training ampule. It's a demi-dose Practi, 2 milliliters in here, and the expiration date's 2026. So that means it is not expired yet. Okay. My next one is going to be a Practi regular insulin. It's 4 units. It expires 2026. Practi regular 2026 has not expired yet. Yep. The next one is a Practi NPH, 14 units subcutaneous NPH insulin, 2026 as well. So it's safe to give. There we go. And my last one is a one-time order of a TUB PPD skin test. Intradermal Practi TUB PPD skin test 2021 is the expiration date on this. It's safe to give as well. Okay. So that concludes my first check at the Pyxis. Right patient, check for allergies, right time, right medications. Okay. First check is done. Going on to the nurse's station for my second check. And so for here, standing at the nurse's station, I'm going to be doing my second check. I'm checking again, Manny Sickens. Date of birth, it's the right patient once again. I have my training ampule, demi-dose ampule, 2 milliliters, 2026 is its expiration date. That means it is safe to give. Okay. My second medication is a Practi regular insulin with an expiration date of 2026. Regular. Not expired. And then my Practi NPH 14, NPH 2026-16, 2026. This is the right medication. Okay, and then that expired. The last one is Practi TUB PPD skin test. Practi TUB PPD skin test 2021 has not expired. It's safe to give as well. Okay. I have now finished my second check, and I will now start preparing my medications. I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands and take out all the syringes that I'll be needing. So for the first one, it's an ampule, so I need a filter needle or straw. I like my needle. I need a syringe that can hold 0.9 milliliters. This one can hold 3 milliliters. It's safe to give. And then since it's an IM injection, I need a needle that's 1 to 1.5 inches long. And the proper gauge, this is 22 gauge with a 1 1/2 inch needle. That means it's safe to give. So that is done. I got the okay from pharmacy that I can combine the 2 insulins together. So I need an insulin syringe that's calibrated in units and can hold up to 18 units because it's 14 and 4. This one will work because it's in units and it has 18 units that I can use. My last one is a tuberculin. I need a tuberculin syringe for this, for the skin test. That means I need it to be calibrated in 0.1 increments. And this will work because it's calibrated in 0.1 increments. It also has the needle on there, so that means that's ready, and so is the insulin. So now I'm going to go ahead and start off with working with my skin test. So first off, I would wash my hands, put on gloves. I have gloves out here, but because they're kind of hard to work with, I'm not going to go ahead and put them on for this part. I'll put them on at bedside for sure, but for this, I would put on gloves. Okay, so imagine me putting on gloves. I am opening up an alcohol prep pad. I'm alcohol swabbing the top for 30 seconds, making sure it's nice and clean. They go ahead, open up the tuberculin syringe, throw away that, open up the top, put it on the edge, and I'm pulling back 0.1 milliliters of air. Gonna go ahead, input, push in all the air, pull out 0.1 milliliters. Okay. Good. Cap it and show it to you guys. .1. And no bubbles. Okay. I will now put on the label using the vial. Expiration dates 2021. I have in there 0.1 milliliters and my initials. This can go back into the Pyxis at the same time that I am putting on the label onto the syringe. There we go. So once again, it's there. At the 0.1 milliliter mark. Okay, so the next one is going to be my insulin, and I would roll these two because the NPH one needs to be nice and cloudy. That would be for 30 seconds that I would be rolling it. And now I would use alcohol prep pads. I use a new one for each one, so just imagine this is 30 seconds with a new one, 30 seconds with a new one, making sure that's all nice and clean. Okay, I will now use an insulin syringe. I will pull back the 18 that I need. There we go. Take the top off, put that on the edge, and follow in with putting in the N first, the 14 into N, so there's only 4 left for the R. There we go, put in the R, invert, pull out 4, and to show you guys that I put in 4, sometimes it's having trouble showing it. There you go. There's 4 for that one. And now it's going to be 14 to NPH. So I'm going to poke and pull out 14. This one I can't mess up on. So there's going to be 18 in here. Perfect. And no bubbles. I'm going to go ahead, cap this. And that one would just be a swooping sensation motion. There you go. 18. Gonna go ahead, write a label for this. So using this, it's PracDN, PH, and PracDR. And so for the N, it was 14 units. and it was 4 units for the regular, and the expiration date is 2026, and my initials. These two can go back into the Pyxis at the same time that I am putting on my label on top of this. So once again, just to show you guys, to make sure you see that, I have 18 in there. Okay, so that one's ready and safe to give. Now for my last one. This one is going to be the fun one because I have a ampule. So for an ampule, this one I would make sure that all of the liquid is at the bottom of the ampule. I would take it, use an alcohol prep pad and break it away from myself and my instructor or anyone else who's around me. Break it. And because there's glass shards in the alcohol prep pad, I'm going to also throw that away into the sharps container. I'm going to go ahead and get my things ready. So I'm going to use a needle, a filter needle. I'm going to open up my syringe, put the needle on that way, put that on the edge. And this is the part where I can't touch any of the sides. I didn't pull it all out. There we go. I'm going to keep that just for right now. Put the cap on. This goes straight into the sharps container. I'm going to use the needle that I'm going to be working with. Put the needle on. Pull that out. Cap on the side. Expel any of the extra. So for this, I only need 0.9. So I'm going to let go of all the extra. So the point where I only have 0.9 left. There we go. Make sure all the bubbles are up. Cap back on. Make sure it's nice and tight. I'm going to show you guys. .9. Perfect. And no bubbles. Just make sure you guys saw that. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and make the label for this one using the actual ampule itself. So for this, it's Demidose amp, training ampule, and it has 0.9 milliliters in there. It's an IM injection. Expiration date is 2026. I'm going to go ahead and put my initials on there. And this one goes straight into the sharps container because it is glass. At the same time, I'm going to go ahead and put the label on there. So now I have made all of my injections that I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to go ahead, take all of these, and go into the patient's room. Go to the patient's bedside. So now everything's ready. I'm going to go to the patient's bedside. Knock, knock, knock. Hello, my name is Daniela. I'm your nurse. Today I'm going to be giving you your 9 o'clock injections. How are you feeling? Oh, okay. Okay, good. So first I'm going to ask you, what's your name and date of birth? Oh, my name's Mary Sickens, and my birthday is 12/15/XX. Okay, Mr. Sickens, and do you have any allergies that I should know about? I have an allergy to penicillin. Okay, I see that penicillins here. We're not going to be giving you any penicillin today. And so you understand I'm going to go ahead and do just a safety check on all these medications. If that's okay, I'll be right with you. Okay. So my first one's going to be the Trini Ampule. So that one's the IM injection, demi-dose Trini Amp. It's 0.9 milliliters in here. The expiration date's 2026. This one's safe to give. To go ahead, show it to you guys one more time. There we go. So that one's safe to give. Now my insulin is 18 units total, with a Practi N with 14 units and a Practi R with 4 units. 2026 is both of their expiration dates. My initials are on there. It's sub-Q injection. Just so you guys can see it, sure. There we go. And now for my last one is going to be the Practi TUB PPD skin test with 0.1 milliliters in there. Practi TUB PPD skin test. Expiration date is 2021. And my initials are on there. So there's the 0.1 milliliter in there. Okay. All right, so that concludes my third check at the patient's bedside. I will now go ahead, wash my hands, put on some gloves. Hi, Mr. Sickens, I'm back, and I'm ready to give you your medications. So, because I see a one-time order of the skin test, we're going to go ahead and do that first. Is that okay? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so for the skin test, why don't we just use your left arm, okay? Left forearm, and that way it's a good place to do it. I'm going to start at the middle and work my way out. 30 seconds, make sure it's nice and clean. And I have my skin test ready. And so for this one, I'm going to do the skin top, bevel up. I'm going in 5 to 15 degrees. 1/8 of an inch of the needle in there. And I'm going to be looking for a wheal or a bleb. And I don't see it. Okay, and I see it. It's going to be fine. This goes straight into Sharps container. That could be thrown away. So the next one, we're going to go ahead and do your insulin. Where was your last insulin? It was on my right lower abdomen. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do on your left lower abdomen. And so for this one, I'm going to go ahead and find an injection site 2 inches away from the umbilicus, going to the left side. Go from inner to outer, and clean off the area. Okay, and so for this one, you're going to feel light pinch, and I'm pinching to see if I could see an inch. I'm going to go in the inch. I'm going to go in 90 degrees. If I can't pinch an inch, it's going in 45 degrees. I can see an inch, so I'm going to pinch, insert, release hand, medicate. There we go. That goes straight into Sharps. Now for my last one, it's the IM injection. Almost done, Mr. Sickens. So for the IM, because it's less than 1 milliliter, I could do it into your deltoid. So why don't we do it onto your left deltoid, okay? I would open up a new swab each time, alcohol swab. So I'm going to find your left acromion process. Go 3 fingers down. That's going to be my injection site. Start from the inner and go around to outer. I'm going to go ahead, and for this one, it's going to be Z-Track, so I'm going to pulse the skin taut. I'm going to go ahead and insert at 90 degrees. I'm going to aspirate for blood. I don't see any blood, so it's safe to give. I'm going to medicate now, and then pull out. And that goes straight into Sharps container. Alright, Mr. Sickens, was that okay? Wasn't too bad? No, it was fine. Okay. Did really well. I'm gonna go ahead and document real quickly. And make sure everything is good. And this one was good at 0900. So this one we did left arm, left lower abdomen, and this one was on left arm as well. SNSCC and my initials. Okay, Mr. Sickens. So here's your call light. Do you need anything? No, I'm okay. All right, again, here's your call light. Call me if you need anything. Otherwise, I'll be back in a while to check up on you, okay? All right, see you. And here is my and then the SNSCC. Okay, that was it.